So I am the child of immigrants, Vietnamese immigrants. I grew up in Minnesota. So one thing that made me, uh, one thing that, and though I had friends most of my life, and I didn't feel too much like an outsider, one thing that was always kind of a barrier was that all of my peers were very outdoorsy, and they like went on camping trips with their families. They knew how to fish, like some of them hunted, that kind of thing. And I just didn't have access to that culturally. My parents didn't really grow up with that, so they didn't give it to me. So this was always this kind of really special thing that I thought was really cool, and my friends did all the time. My senior year of high school, my two best friends finally took me camping for the first time. It was amazing, and I really kind of wanted to be an outdoorsy person, but I just didn't. You need the equipment, you need a car, you know, all this stuff. There's a lot of barriers to get to that. There's a lot of barriers to getting outside. Yeah, so in college I met this guy and I started dating him. He was the most outdoorsy guy I'd ever met. Like every other night he'd be like Nordic skiing across the lake, or he'd be going snowboarding or this kind of thing, fishing, and I was like, that's really cool. And he took me camping one time, and it was really, really fun. The first time we went camping, it went really great except for this one moment. We were out there and I was really hungry, and at one point he stopped and he was like, wait, and I was like, what? And he's like, I thought I heard a dog growling. And I was like, that's my stomach. So it didn't always go smoothly. And then we moved out here, and we started going camping a lot. I go to camping like almost every other weekend these days. I picked up some other stuff. I learned how to Nordic ski. I know how to, like a kayak, all this kind of stuff. I'm coming up. This is me embracing the American lifestyle. But getting away from it. So this was this new thing. I kind of had this like new part of like my identity. This is something I really enjoy doing. This is something I spend a lot of time doing with people I really love. This is a new activity that is a way to show love and community and that kind of thing. And one winter we decided to go winter camping, which is not that weird because we're from Minnesota. That was something that got done all the time. We decided to go winter camping at Crater Lake. And if you've been at Crater Lake, you know it's kind of high up and there's a lot of snow, right? So we were like, all right. So what we'll do is we'll Nordic ski in. We'll bring our packs and we'll Nordic ski. And I'm like, that sounds like a really good plan. It's like a pretty, it's pretty easy to Nordic ski, right? I've been Nordic skiing. I know. So we packed up and we went and we rented me some skis and we tried to go to Crater Lake, and then when we drove 5 hours and we got there, and then the road was just barricaded with snow. And we were like, the fuck do we do now? We realized we're looking up stuff. We're like, we don't want to drive 5 hours back. And we looked up stuff. We realized, oh, that entrance wasn't open. So we drive like another hour down to like the east side of the lake or the west side of the lake. We get there and you drive all the way up to the top of the caldera, and the snow was just like 10 feet high. You had to kind of climb up to get on top of it to get a view of the lake, and it was raining and it was kind of dark, and we got a view of the lake real quickly, and they're like, well, we should just get in there and start camping. We have to set up. So at first we tried to put on my skis, and then they didn't work at first, and we started to panic. I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do here? Are you gonna ski? And do we have a rope? We're gonna do like a rope kind of thing. We can make that work, right? Like on one ski, like a rope, and then you ski. It's like a 3 ski, two people, 3 skis. It's like a popular video. Anyway, eventually we were panicking, and he was getting really angry, and I was getting really upset, and then we finally got it to work, right? So then we start going on the trail, and then it's raining, right? So it's kind of slick, and the trail is on the edge of the caldera. And I don't know if you know what that's like, but that means on your right side, if you fall, you're sliding to certain death in a lake. And on your left side, you could fall to certain death down a caldera. So it was very scary, and not only was it slick, I had never skied with a very heavy pack on before, and it was really kind of terrifying. And I'm going, and I can barely control my skis, and I'm just thinking about how horrifying it would be for my boyfriend to see me die this way. I'm very selfless, like that. I can't traumatize him with my long kind of death, like Goofy. I imagine that's how I would die, very undignified. But anyway, we're planning on going like a mile in, but like an eighth of a mile in, I'm just terrified, and I'm paralyzed, and there's kind of like some hills on it, and like I feel like I'm gonna die at any moment, and I keep skiing, and he's like, well, we need to get further to set up camp. I know you don't want to ski. He wasn't forcing me to, but I was like, I'll just go, and I'm skiing, and I'm crying, and I'm so scared. And he's ahead of me, and he realizes I'm behind, and he comes back. He's, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm scared for my life. I'm scared. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall, and I'm gonna die, and you won't even be able to find me. And he's like, oh my God, and he starts like rubbing my face. He's like, no, we'll go camp. And then eventually we got far enough so we were able to set up camp, and it was raining all night, and literally everything we owned got super, super wet. And we were just like, you know what, we're gonna ski out in the morning, and we're gonna get an amazing view of Crater Lake, and it's gonna be beautiful, and it's all gonna be worth it. And I'm so sorry I brought you along this trip, but we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. And so we try to make some breakfast in the morning. We're still soaking wet, and we're just thinking about, like in like 2 hours, we're gonna be out of this in the car and warm. And we ski back up, and it's also terrifying, but at least it's kind of light out, right? So at least you'll be able to see where I land, maybe. And we ski back up, and it's still kind of rainy, and we get to the top of the caldera where we parked to finally see this view of the lake. And it was so goddamn foggy, we couldn't see a fucking thing. So that was just kind of a big life lesson for me, that you can suffer a lot and still not get what you want, but at least you will have a decent story afterward. So thank you very much for listening to my story. I'm Katie Wynn.